The land on which us Soliscent Seeds is set, written, and produced is the unsurrendered and unceded territory and traditional lands of the Wollastonwiig, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy, known collectively as the Wabanaki. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship, which the Wollastonwiig, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy people first signed with the British Crown in 1725. The treaties did not deal with the surrender of lands and resources, but in fact recognized the Wollastonwiig, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy title and established the roles for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations.
This program contains violence and mature themes and is intended for a mature audience. Audience discretion is advised.
Playing episode 2 of Us Soliscent Seeds. Memory file 19.
Ouch!
Does that hurt, Joan?
A brain has surprisingly few pain receptors monitoring itself.
Preoccupied, perhaps?
So it's just the scalp and... I'm ready.
Bellus perennis, dansi ewell, tanasi, common tansy.
Thank you, kid.
Grows, or used to grow, up here on the North Shore, grew in disturbed areas and roadsides, long tendrils of light reaching up and out at the breeze, flowing through fields of brethren, now lost, withering.
Beauty.
You look uneasy.
My family doesn't trust technology.
And you?
Vicia sativa, eilnig chich, ves. Common vetch. Early in the season, bluebirds blossom from their stems, spying on their airy sisters, sweet and fresh to the world when eaten. Until later grow jealous fruit, poisonous at its center, inducing vomiting, even in small amounts.
Beauty.
Best of both worlds?
Both can come from indulgences of the same.
Your family. They were part of early reforestation efforts, right?
I suppose you think we went rogue?
Not rogue, but I am here for a reason.
So that your tech can pick up where humans failed?
I'm not an abrasive woman, Agartha.
Frangula alnes, dupsi on naplan. Alder buckthorn, introduced to the gardens for ornamental purposes, but northern flickers took a liking and flew it to the forest understories, forming monocultures of its own design.
Beauty.
I'm not abrasive.
Thank you for letting me help you with your project.
Government satellites pick up tremendous growth in the wetlands your group and other early reforestation agents settled.
We embrace the decay.
What does that mean, embrace the decay?
Common cattail.
It's just that
Beauty.
this intense growth is isolated around the old shore and is kept in a limited circumference. Why?
Common cattail.
And such tight precautions on where I could set up shop. Got pushed cliffside with only the barest eyeshot of the forest you all keep hidden from the province.
Beauty.
Hidden from a world that has proven deforestations at its modus operandi? Here's to a greener future, right?
I'm here to extend growth.
By plugging brain neurons into artificial technology? To what? Smell the roses?
To teach it the evolutionary capabilities of the human brain's instinctual response to beneficial plant life. Registered as beauty. Patent pending.
How did your government's way? Should all ecosystems live to serve the human?
My government is the reason your family and the rest of the reforestation agents ventured out here in the first place.
Joan, I'm not saying my compound is the only way. There's other patches of different futures festering all around the techno bubble you call home. There's still Mi'kmaq reserves too, practicing what we call Nedukulink. Farther north is Papinal Falls. We pass by each other sometimes. Trade stories, replant raizoons, or other communities across this continent still cultivating soil in ways governmental powers could never dream of. Is this quest you have so stuck that it's buried in your roots,
You can't say I've
Joan?
not approached science with a biocultural
There's other
lens.
options, Joan. There's other ways for a human to grow instead of growing over. What an insult to sentient beings everywhere.
What are you hiding in those words? In those woods? Hey, kid, I'm
Little Green.
Little Green?
That's what I call this one.
Does it have an official name?
She hasn't told me.
The plant never told you?
She's the only one I really like.
Despite its smell?
Because of her smell.
And the flies that chase it here?
When a plant knows it's born to grow in an environment that does not support it, it develops adaptive traits.
Beautiful.
You really think?
Come, sit, kid. So, Little Green grows by beating animals at their own game.
You think?
The flies are tricked by the smell and digested, no?
Or they are pursuing their pleasure till death does them part.
Romantic.
You're an idiot.
You're the one who hasn't clued in that my brainwaves have not been reacting to the plants as much as they have been to...
To me?
Is that okay?
Till death do you part.
Me? Kid, hey. What was that? Agartha, stop! There's something moving. Hold. Stop. Agartha, what did you grow in my lab?
Just a little green. Till death do you part.
But there's something moving. There's something moving. What did you grow in my lab? Grow in my lab.
Just a little green. Hers. Why did I find a pocket gun in Joan's sweater with the letter to Aggie?
So, you're what my sister has been working on out west?
You are very good with your hands, ma'am.
The sandwiches? Well, our mother, Daphne's and mine, her Sunday tradition, church sandwiches in lieu of church, as it were, and, well, someone's got to hold on tight to precious details while she plays queen of the party.
Yes, godmama. Prrrr.
I know Dee built you to fill an erotic gap, pun unintended, but do you not have a mute button or discretionary mode?
My safe word is...
Stop. Thanks. Stack the sandwiches on the hors d'oeuvres plate, please. God, I really don't understand the appeal of sex robots. No offense. I just mean, when my husband chose one of you over me, Well, my first thought was, there goes another small donation in Dee's pockets. Another dollar dropped for the queen of the wake. Too big for her britches and... Here, add these to the plate.
She's doing good.
Huh?
Her apartment is clean, clothes in the hamper, crumbs vacuumed, bathroom scrubbed spotless, towels picked up and hanging.
Oh.
She spends most of her time at her desk, drawing portraits of women standing row by row, like the ones in that room, like a family. I can give pleasant and comforting man hugs. Come into my bulging and muscular arms.
Oh. How unnatural. If us Blythe sisters are good at anything, it's entwining in each other's traumas in ways that rip and pull rather than heal. But this is okay. Maybe Dee was onto something.
It seems I have made a terrible faux pas.
Please, I was only...
Enjoying my wares, wrapped tight in only the best synthetic skin.
Just carry out those plates.
So
They're
you
ready
can
to
resume
go.
your privacy? You try it, you buy it, sis. Oh, don't look so dour. I've always wanted to tell you this, but your skin hangs off your face like a sad old carpet bag.
Drop the act, Dee.
At least my act has more depth than the perfect domesticity you uphold out here in Bushwick nowhere.
Perfect
These
domesticity.
sandwiches, my God.
Look around at what I've been dealing with, Daphne. Nothing about this house is normal or perfectly domestic. This life I lead isn't your cozy metropolitan suite 10,000 miles in a whole weird-ass world away.
Weirder things happen in New Brunswick than Toronto could dream of, and you know it.
Only in Kath's whack job theories.
A porcelain doll with a chipped noggin, no matter how long I'm away. Hiding upstairs from the crowds, isn't she?
Anxiety, so she says. Has she told you yet about how she thinks Joan was murdered? Murdered in cold blood by a woman from the compounds out here.
We don't need this many sandwiches, E. Joan was rather insular as far as friends or enemies go.
Thank you, in any case, for being on time to set up this morning. And for taking Kath under your wing like old times. And yes, for bringing helpers too, no matter how improper.
And thank you for testing my rojo.
Ha!
This plate?
Mm-hmm.
Grieving ex-housewives are, by the way, a big market at the company.
I'm not grieving.
I'm just saying, the whole settling down thing never works out. Hashtag no blame, hashtag she kinda right though.
But giving into, what? The lust of robotic arms? Only reminds those who hold on to any remaining earthly sanity that absolute oblivion is hovering nigh.
And vice gripping the past, my dear, only reminds those who have left of everything they've worked hard to let go of. Don't you think? And so I shall go back out there with these itty-bitty bits and bites. Yes, of course, on your command, oh holier than thou, sister, but perfect domesticity can kiss my star-studded oblivious ass. Who wants sandwiches?
I am Rojo, the cybernetic erotic wonder, patent pending.
Oh, not again.
I love posing, being sexy, and flexing my muscles.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Charles Atlas. Now, how do I turn you off?
I'm here to spread love everywhere and with everybody.
The hell you are.
In case of a sexy emergency, squeeze my...
Turn off, turn off, turn off!
Rejected? But my perfect body! How will I ever recover?
Shutting down won't prolong the rain, as good as it feels on your skin. What? What the hell is that little girl doing up there? Katherine? Kay, you up here? It's just Esther, I wanted to check on you and make sure you weren't, well, I don't know. And Hearth, lights on. And obviously I had nothing to worry about. Nothing out of the ordinary to see here. Just a 25-year-old woman burying herself away in the attic of her dead sister's home in a... What is this, Kay? A pillow fort? Kath? Knock, knock. The guests think you're in one of your... Well, they're worried. Been asking about you. Where's the fourth Blythe sister, they're saying? You know, the one who downs all those perfectly made church lady sandwiches with the crusts cut off like nobody's business? Okay, maybe that question was mine. I made too many, and Daphne's bopping around, and robot prostitutes are taking over, although technically Daphne tells me not to call them prostitutes. And nobody is eating, and... Can I come in? Thanks, girl.
I'm not in one of my episodes.
I know.
You don't.
I know.
Flower and fungus?
Me first? Okay. Flower. 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 Do people bring flowers to wakes? Well, I guess it's a flower to know that whatever happens, against all odds, my odd little sister Katherine can construct a bang-up pillow fort that she will at least consider letting me in. What? It's true. Okay. A flower that so many people made the drive out here to honor our beloved. May she rest in peace.
I still don't want to go out there.
It wasn't a leaning statement.
It was.
It was.
Fungus?
Fungus. I could say Joan's death, but I won't. I could say everything with my husband and the kids, but I won't. Mom, I would say.
Mom?
The fungus at the base of our beings, no? Our misfortunes, our everything. Blaming the mother is a cliche that fits well for the Blythe sisters. You know I still wear this, right?
Her locket.
Same one she ripped Dad's face from when he died. Same one she threw at us as we watched her car drive away for the last time. Empty of all its meaning, but still full somehow. Full of something else entirely divorced from meaning. Like a memento mori. Like those staged photos from Victorian England where a family would pose with the corpses of their loved ones before they buried them. All rotten on the inside, but propped up like a scarecrow, and depending on the state of the decomposition, veiled. My favorite has a sheet covering a recently dead mother, ghostly and clinging to newborn babies.
Babies that killed her in childbirth.
Aren't they lucky? You can almost see the flies buzzing. At least they know she's dead, not just gone, hey? This locket is my rotting fungal corpse in a sheet. My rotting, cursed memento mori. I only found it again days after I found Joan's blood chalk marking her absence downstairs. Flower and fungus. You go, kid.
Agartha.
For flowers or fungus?
A flower can grow from a fungus, logically speaking.
It's always been a figure of speech, Kay. A game.
Does the world ever die, or is it just rot and regrowth?
You're sounding like a compound freak.
We know Joan moved out here on a mission. She wanted to find plant life resistant to the fungal growth of humans. Maybe she found it out here in the form of Agartha.
See, now that's poetic.
No, that was meant to be literal.
Oh, girl, she was her lover. Nothing more, nothing less.
Joan was never interested in lovers.
Joan was never into many things, not openly.
What if she was just drawn to her? Tricked?
Drawn how?
Like flies to a rotting mother under a sheet, like flowers to rot, like beauty to poison.
Like you to this ridiculous mystery.
It's not ridiculous,
It is, because there are people out there, family, old friends, loved ones, people who are all here right now to let that sadness go. But they ask me what you are doing and where you are. What do I say to them? She's in the attic, digging up dead bodies to pluck petals from. Or should I be more literal? She's a grown woman, pathetically hiding in a child's pillow fort.
I'm not in one of my episodes, Esther, I swear.
I don't care.
I'm not in one of my stories. Look me in the eye. Joan would never have killed herself, not without a good reason.
Give me the note you discovered in that old sweater.
Why?
Please?
But the locket is...
Was my way to get over Mom's death. My way to stop the buzzing voices that told me there was more to it, that a single widowed mother of 4 wouldn't just up and leave her daughters to the care of the eldest, barely breaching into adulthood. That things would change, and that I wouldn't have to stay here and raise the 3 of you. That she would return so I could explore. But voices denying the ugly truth of this stupid dying world run in the Blythe family. Now, turn around so I can put this around your neck, silly little obsessive scrap enclosed, oh mighty princess of the pillow fort. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
Don't tell Daff, but I always thought you were the prettiest of the 4 of us. Maybe Joan almost had you tied, but you always edged ahead.
Then you.
No, I'm no flower.
Daphne is?
Maybe in looks only. A memento mori. Be a good girl, Katherine. Come on down with me.
Can I have, 5 minutes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hertha, you're still there? 19, 18, 20, 21. Esther's gone. 3, 4, 5,
How may I help you, Kath?
8, 39, 30. Can I cut Joan into a story? Tell it to you to keep, our own memento mori? Under a bridge. Ran there after lunch. The whole school on high alert looking for the orphaned wacko Blythe sister. Joan wasn't worried. Can you be Joan? Knew she would find me. She always does. Did. And I told her, Joan, I don't need company. I don't need anyone, which is what I believe.
What a Kath thing to say, kid.
They think I'm weird, I said.
You are. Almost stepped on meth needles climbing down here, and all I get is a grim expression from my favorite little sister. I like weird things.
The girls at school won't talk to me anymore, and Esther and Daphne treat me like a baby since Mom left,
And grab the first word and run with it, kid. Here, practice on me. Tell me one of your favorites.
Her name was Wren, and she was a girl like you or me, young, beautiful, wicked smart, weird. But she had a secret. She had a box hidden away inside her head. One day, Wren was playing with her sisters by the water. She climbed on a rock and slipped and cracked her head open like a cantaloupe. The little velvet box fell out. Together, they looked inside the box, and the sisters discovered another little girl growing like a flower, a clone looking back at them with the same erratic eyes.
The little flower girl was all the secrets of the universe. Wren could no longer speak as if the little girl in the box had stolen her voice. In anger, she took that box and threw it out into the bay. She hoped that, perhaps, the flower box girl would drown, gasped out words like sea foam. But instead, she stared back at the little wren without a word.
Katherine, can I show you a secret?
Herth, what is growing through my toes?
Epigea repens.
I don't know those words.
Trailing arbutus.
Coming through the floorboards from where?
Or most commonly referred to by mayflowers, ornamental, decorative, of moments passing.
Like people leaving. Ugliness.
Or breathing, becoming something more.
Beautiful.
Oh, Katherine! I'm so glad you came down. What beautiful flowers. Oh my girl. Where did you find those? Are they real? Are they breathing? Sorry, never mind. It's gotten worse, all right? The flies, I don't need I'm fine. Do you ever wonder where fruit flies come from? Found a cherry tomato wasted, squished between the fridge and the counter, ooze turned green falling from its withered skin and flies buzzing. But from where came the flies? I mean, did they emerge innately in the fruit from its conception? Little eggs like pinpricks lying in wait for the cherry tomato to roll from a counter and fall lost? Waiting for their time to shine and... So, I chucked the tomato. But I still see these little beads with wings hovering in the corners of my vision, and from my hands when I talk, and from my arms when I move, and from my feet when I can't scoop them from the air. So I've gotten good at just watching them flutter until they land. And, well, you know the rest. No, that was ages ago. Around the time that you... Now. Well, for all I know, there is a rotting tomato. Fly-encrusted, buzzing out from my pores where I thought a baby was growing inside. It's in our biology to see things that aren't there sometimes, all right? In our biology to squirm a little out of our shared reality every now and then. Especially with what I've been through. I think a professional would diagnose it as abnormal not to see things given everything I've experienced. You'd have to be a real winning idiot to believe that everything should make sense and is perfectly still at all times. Atoms, you know. Molecules, electrons, neurons, matter, biology. Everything buzzes like tree leaves in coastal winds. Like fruit flies. Sorry. Katherine thinks you didn't die. Rather, she thinks... What does Kay ever think? She thinks there's more to it. There's some secret you left behind about your life. There's a secret to life in general. A meaning to the universe. A meaning to... I don't know. Every single moment you hid from us out here. And every single empty chair you left behind. Every single memory you two shared. But there's not. There's nothing at the edge of a foggy cliff. Just the jump. Because you left her to me, Joan. With me. Do you ever wonder if maybe fruit flies are born innately inside of you too? From your conception, lying in wait for you to get lost? For their time to shine? For the moment to hatch and slip from your withered tomato skin? Maybe you're past expiry. Maybe your organs feel numb. Maybe your brain is about to leak from your ears like a blown-out corpse. The flies would eat that shit up. I think that's why I want to be buried when I die. To give in to the rot. I've decided. The demolition crew is coming tomorrow, Joan. Then, finally, some quiet mundanity, right? I don't know what that means anymore. Hearth. Lights off.
How will I ever recover? Oh, hello there, Mr. Cotton-tailed Thumper. Would you be able to direct me back to the address of a one Joan Blythe? I am currently performing at her wake. I can see you nibbling that moss, but my manly, bulging robot ears cannot make out a sound. Or not nibbling, but foaming green? Quite odd you are. And these vines sprouting from your back, growing flowers that breathe in the wind. Oh, what a show! And all for me! Uncoiling your leafy tail like you're about to pounce. Oh, actually, kind Thumper, sir, may I be excused from this meal? Let go! Where are you taking my perfect body?
End of episode 2 of Us Soliscent Seeds.
This project is supported by the New Brunswick Arts Board. Cet projet est soutenu par le Conseil des Arts du Nouveau-Brunswick.
The land on which Us Soliscent Seeds is set, written, and produced is the unsurrendered and unceded territory and traditional lands of the Wolastoqiyik, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy, known collectively as the Wabanaki. This territory is covered by the treaties of peace and friendship, which the Wolastoqiyik, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy people first signed with the British Crown in 1725. The treaties did not deal with the surrender of lands and resources, but in fact recognized the Wolastoqiyik, Mi'kmaq, and Passamaquoddy title, and established the roles for what was to be an ongoing relationship between nations.